the difference between what Donald Trump did in stealing the election, what is insurrection, compared to what Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic Party has done to Joe Biden in forcing him out of the election after he legitimately won the primary. They're calling him a patriot. So it's patriotic when the Democrats steal our votes, but it's called insurrection when Donald Trump steals our votes. And I'm having a hard time because I am a very big supporter of Joe Biden and have been since 1994. And I watched that debate, and I hated that debate and almost turned that debate off several times because it was horrible on both sides. But that's neither here nor there. I am disgusted that Nancy Pelosi and George Clooney can just arbitrarily decide that Joe Biden is too old in July 2024 when he has been running for the past 2 years for this re-election. If he is old, he has been too old. Then they should have put up another candidate who could beat Donald Trump. They should not have a right to just usurp the primary in July of 2024 because they're afraid Joe Biden is going to lose. If he is going to lose, it's his election to lose, and they should just let him lose. That's just how it should go. That's democracy. He's the candidate. He won the primary fair and square. They should not be able to just say, he's too old, we don't want him to take the party down. He won't take the party down. He doesn't have the power to take the party down. If there are other candidates running for Congress or mayor or governor throughout the country, it's up to those candidates. It's up to the donors supporting those candidates to make sure that those candidates win. As a voter, I am flabbergasted that this is happening to him, that this has happened to him, and that this is happening to us as voters. I'm a black Mexican woman from California. I am not voting for Kamala Harris. She did not get my vote in 2024, and quite frankly, Joe Biden almost did not get my vote in 2020. I almost did not vote for him when he chose her as his running mate. I wish he would have chosen Stacey Abrams. I wish he would have chosen anyone else. He was hell-bent on choosing a black woman. I don't understand why he chose her. I have personal issues with Kamala Harris. I remember when I got to California and had just finished working on a political campaign, I was recommended to her and she was recommended to me when she was running her first political campaign in 2003. She was running for either district attorney or assistant district attorney. I think it was district attorney. And I set up to interview for her campaign, and when I went in for the interview, it wasn't with her chief of staff, it wasn't with her campaign manager, it was with a PR team. I have worked on presidential campaigns, senatorial campaigns, mayoral campaigns, House of Representative campaigns. I've worked on all level of political campaigns. I have never interviewed with a PR team. This was her first political campaign, and she had enough money to have a PR team interview her staff. That was the biggest turnoff. I had never met her before. My introduction to her was with a PR team. So after meeting with this gentleman from the PR team, I knew that I did not want to work with her. So I just brushed it off. And a couple days later, or maybe even a couple of weeks later, I was at a political fundraiser in San Francisco. And I was talking to a group of women at this fundraiser, and Kamala walked in, and she was at the doors, she surveyed the room to see who was there, who she could come in and talk to, and we had eye contact. And I didn't know she knew who I was because she and I had never actually met. I think maybe someone had pointed her out to me, and vice versa. But she made a beeline for me and walked up to me while I was in the middle of a conversation with a group of probably 10 women, put her finger in my face and said, you are a very difficult person to get a hold of. I want to talk to you. And then she just turned around, walked away from me, 20 feet behind me, and turned around and waited for me to go talk to her. And I looked at the woman who was our mutual friend, and this was before I was saved. This was before I know who Jesus is. And I looked at our mutual friend, and I was like, does this B woman, does this B know who she is talking to? And Lisa was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, YaVaughnie. I can't believe she just did that. And I turned around and I looked at Kamala, and she just stood there waiting for me. Like, she just summoned me with her aura. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna see what she has to say to me. So I turned around and I walked over to her, and before I could get anything out, she was like, do you want to work for me or not? You know, this is an opportunity for you, and I'm trying to get my staff together. And I was like, well, listen, I'm really sorry. I've been really busy. I'm trying to close everything up with this I was working on another campaign, and it had ended a month earlier, but we were still closing things down. And I didn't tell her this, but I was interviewing with a state senator, and the state senator that I was interviewing with was a very tough woman, but respectful. The difference between being tough and rude and disrespectful is like night and day. I have worked for tough women, and I respect tough women and women who work hard and expect a lot from their team. But what she did to me, there was no way her personality and my personality were ever going to work. So I just said, well, you know, I will get in touch with your people, and we'll take it from there. But there was no way in hell I was ever going to be able to work for her. So that was my first interaction with realizing that she was not somebody that I could work with, one, or two, that I liked. Like, just on a human, on a woman-to-woman level, I just did not like her. And this is not a video about Kamala. There's another super big deal that I can do another video on, but I don't like her. I won't vote for her. She's not a good person in my eyes, in my opinion, as a voter, as a woman, as a black woman. And I'm just not going to let my vote be handed to her. And she can sit here and say, I'm going to earn the nomination. Woman, you didn't work the 2 years that Joe Biden did to get this primary nomination. And you didn't work the past 4 years to earn the name recognition. So, sorry. I don't believe that, and I'm trying to not let this video be an angry video per se, but I'm super upset, and I hold political grudges. I'm somebody who is still upset that the U.S. Supreme Court handed W the election when we all know that Gore won the state of Florida. We all know this, that he won the state of Florida, and whatever. So I'm very upset that this is just being handed to Kamala, and I feel that there should be more protest from the voters. I don't feel that voters should just be all excited because there's this, a black woman, an Asian woman is at the top of the ticket, and just you're going to forget now that it was stolen from Joe Biden. He didn't voluntarily give this up, so stop calling him a patriot. It was stolen from him. They didn't give him a choice. They kept telling him, you're going to do it our way or it's going to be difficult. We're going to make this very difficult for you. So this is not a celebration here. Yes, he was old. Yes, he is old. Yes, it's very frustrating that he is at this stage in his life when he had so much more to do. And I believe that it would have been a super, super, super freaking close election, and he could have won. He could have won. Don't know that he would have won, but he could have won. But man, to just have it ripped out of him, away from him in July, I don't know, man. This is just not right, and I just don't understand why Democrats or independent voters are just letting this happen. We should be very upset that this is just, it's just happening. We're just letting it happen, and I don't understand why we're just letting it happen. You got pissed off when it was stolen on January 6th, so why are you not upset that this is being ripped away from you right now? I don't get it. I'm pretty mad. I've never done a live before, so I guess I don't know. Hi, Darvin. Okay. I don't know how long I should stay on this. America, democracy is over. World, democracy is over. And if it's not alive in this country, I don't know where we can expect it to be alive. But Nancy Pelosi just stole this election. She just stole it from the Democrats. And I just want to make that clear. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm an independent voter. I am not a left-winger. I'm definitely not a right-winger. I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. And let's make it clear, I'm a huge, huge Biden supporter. And I'm very just disappointed. I'm afraid of what's happening in our country. It's happening slowly, but I think that the apex of what's going to happen is going to happen very quickly. I feel that another Trump presidency is not going to be good for the world. So just be on guard. What's happening with women's rights in this country, it's freaking crazy. It's freaking crazy. For the vice presidential candidate who Trump just chose, for him to say that he wants to get a list of women who are going out of state to have abortions, he wants to get a list of those women who are going out of state and then prosecute them when they go back to Ohio. That is freaking nuts. That is not conspiracy, that is fact. It's just crazy. It's crazy. They don't want to be told to wear masks. They don't want to be told to protect other people and wear masks during COVID, but yet they want to tell us what to do with our bodies. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's just, be careful. Don't vote. Don't vote this year. It's just over. Your vote doesn't matter. So